So I am here with Shirley Miller, and I want to thank HEAL Conference because this has been a great, wonderful way of coming up with ideas and discussing strategies and solutions. And my fellow healthcare mate here, Shirley Miller, has been amazing over the last week or two. We've really gotten to know each other and understand how our organizations are doing amazing things. So, Shirley,
Yes, ma'am.
tell me a little bit more about yourself. Tell us about your organization, what it does,
Okay.
and the products you produce. And help us understand what is it and why did you come up with that name as well? So, look,
Okay,
this
well.
is like an Oprah chat here. So we just gonna talk it out, and you guys want to
Give
get
you something
involved?
different.
Yeah.
Um, of course, my background comes from insurance sales, motorcycle coach, and film acting. And owning the insurance company after my husband passed away, I decided to fold the insurance company and just go all out on Olivea. They are a wonderful company. We specialize in special nutritions that are plant-based, organic, and natural. I love the products because they've done so much for me, and I wish they would have been around when my husband was sick. So, that's how I got involved with the company. And Olivea, the name of the company came from the aloe vera plant because that is the main ingredient in our products. Ace Mannin is a very long time, well, God, I knew I'd forget the word I needed. um, it's study. That is the number one studied plant, and that's because of the Ace Mannin that comes from the aloe vera plant. So aloe is how we get the first part of the name, and vea is because we're doing something different and celebrating. So Olivea, put together, that's our company name. It's also got love in the middle because the love of what we do of able to help children around the world. Right now, 7 million children a day die from malnutrition. And that's our goal, is to feed 7 million children a day. And we do that through our special business partner program. And it's the products. You buy Tom shoes, Warby Parker, they're 1 for 1. Well, we've put it up a step because now you buy a product from us, and it's not one child you feed, but ever how many servings in that product. So if you bought a product that's got 56 servings in it, that's how many children you will feed. And for example, if you're wondering what kind of children, well, orphanages around the world, Romania, one of the first recipients of our product, the lady said she needed something to help nourish the children because they were dying, 30, 40 children a year, this one particular place was having. And so they went on our product after the first year, went back, how are you doing? Report what's going on, because we keep records of how our product is helping. And she looked at Sam and said, "You're not going to believe this. We did not have one child die this year." So with our products, you're getting the right nutritions to help your body heal the way it's supposed to heal.
And I like that. You use data, which is one of the things I'm big into. So you did a before and after picture, and they were able to give you numbers and quantification of how your organization and your company is trying to improve the gap.
Right.
in
And
equity.
like they said, you're talking about the Eastern medicine, all the chemicals that they just throw at you. This is what you need. Oh, you're hurting. Take this, take this, take this. Well, there are alternatives. And a lot of people don't know that. And that's where we come in to show you the alternatives. Now, don't get me wrong. We want you to talk to your doctor before you do start any of our products. Or if you do it on your own, that's fine too. But make sure that it's not going to interfere with anything that you are taking. but you want to start introducing it into your body so you can get off of all these other medications.
So you have an educational aspect to this as well.
Yes.
I like that.
So, yeah. Like I said, taking our products, we, with us being affiliate, our products are not intended to cure, treat, prevent diseases, but we are here to help the body restore itself on its own.
I like that very much. I love the name with the love in the
The
middle.
love, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Thank
My name is Kimberly Green, and my company is Golden Crest Executive Consulting. My past experience in both health and education is one of operations, efficiency, data, and all those things that will make your number two, which is usually your COO, your company. So I take all of that and bring it together to find the gaps. And one of the things, for example, is provider networks, medical networks, and hospital networks. Monitoring that data to understand, did you hear that ring, girl? Yeah. Give me yours. That wasn't right. All right. One of the things we do is we take that data and we try to find gaps in the operations to improve. And what we're finding is this whole road to equity. I think about a journey. And I think about along that journey, what is it going to take? For me, during COVID and being in those hospitals where loved ones were fighting for their lives, this time, instead of being an operational efficiency specialist in the hospitals, I became a patient advocate. And I was able to be on the other side of the fence with families, seeing where these processes have broken down from the bottom up versus top down. And there's a lot of social discriminants, and there's a lot of data that shows there are social discriminants. For example, you might have 5 people suffering from COVID, as I remember it. One of them being a 69-year-old black male who's on Medicaid. Then you might have someone who is a 23-year-old athlete. And you're losing your doctors, you're losing your nurses through attrition and burnout. And you're doing the best that you can at these hospitals, because typically a crisis is going to tell you what's wrong with your processes. But they have to make decisions. And they have to make decisions with what they have and what they don't have. Which decision do you think they're going to make? The 69-year-old man on Medicaid or the 23-year-old athlete? Those are the types of inequities that we're starting to see more and more in every day in the hospitals. And the young lady that's just spoke, she talked about some inequities. And these social discriminants, they're not just in healthcare, they're in education. I sit on the board of the largest public charter school in North Carolina. And we work hard every day with these schools to clean up the inequities. And these equities can be, a lot of people think it's black and white because our country is all about color. We have schools in the rural area and then in the big city. And there's disparities between how things work in rural versus city, what the teachers need, what the students need, how it's hard for us to recruit teachers out in the rural areas versus the urban areas. Our schools in the city are considered Title I. But in the rural areas, those are different funded dollars, and they're considered differently, not because they're black, brown, or whatever, it's because of the economic disparity in the rural areas. So when I think of the road to equity, there's a lot of boxes, and we can't check them all. But with what we do, we take the data, we show you where the gap is in the process, and we show you how to improve the process. And like what you talked about, we do a before and after, and we measure those efficiencies. What I don't ever want to have to go through again Not saying it's going to be the last time, we don't know. I think one of the differences for me is because I knew hospital processes, and I was able to talk with doctors and nurses and charge nurses and going all the way up to medical directors. And I knew the processes. And it was hard for them to skirt processes when you're talking with a patient advocate who knows how to build hospital networks. But there are a lot of families out there that does not have my background, and they trying to save mama them, auntie them, and they don't know how to articulate. And that's where the education comes in. So all of us have an educational component to our organizations that we're representing. And that's where we begin to close the gap in equity, is we all have these wonderful gifts and talent, but in those wonderful gifts and talent, we have to take a portion of that and educate, teach, and hold people accountable.
Oh, exactly, because it's the same way with our products. You buy a product to nourish your body. So you're letting your body heal itself with these natural products. You start with yourself within, and it's holistic. It's different. It's not the chemicals that the doctors all keep trying to cram down your throat because, oh, you need to take this. Oh, you said that? No, take this. Take this. We have had people in the company that were on medications anywhere between 15 to 20 pills a day. And they went down to either maybe 1 or 2, and in some cases, none. So it's all in what, like you said, the education of the product, the education that you're going to take in to help you through your next era, to help you stay on that healthy path.
And you have an experience, I think that was really wonderful to share that vulnerability. And you mentioned your husband.
Yeah.
Did that become a little bit part of your why?
Yes, it did, because when my husband passed, my daughter was 14. So, yeah, I have to go on. That's my why, is so that I can go on and help others and help my daughter. It is a great feeling when I've got a client that calls me and says, oh, my God, you can't believe this. I do not hurt anymore. I can actually walk around, do what I want to do. I can sit. I can get up without pain. And our products are safe from day 1 old baby to your 100-plus adult. That's how safe our products are. And it's just amazing.
We've got a question. Hold on. I'm going to come on down there, girl. We're going to get you the mic. You don't need no mic. Everybody needs a mic.
I just want to say thank you for having this conversation and open the door about health equity. In clinical research, this is one of the things that I am passionate about. Let me not go far with your mic. But I wanted to say, I think a lot of times people are like, well, what exactly is health equity? You know, what does that actually even mean? Because I think it can mean different things to different people. But I'm just going to give a small example about when we talk about the health inequities. How many of y'all got a smartwatch on? I have one on. Got one on? You got one on? You got one on? Did you know that if you have melanin in your skin, because now we use these smartwatches to take blood pressure, heart rate. If you have melanin in your skin, it will not detect accurate numbers. Did you know that? Most people don't. That's what we're talking about when we're getting health equity and making stuff equal, right? If you are of a darker complexion, for the love of God, turn the watch around right here so you can get a better reading. But that is the one thing that we're talking about, of making things equal. The pulse oximeter. Don't call me right. I'm not a doctor. That's what's called. Put on your finger. If you got melanin in your skin, your oxygen is going to come out right, because there's an infrared light in there that reads melanin differently. So I think once we're just acknowledging that there's even an issue in health equity, right, that it's not equal, and that's just down to the machines, right? We're not even getting to the policies that you all are diving into, right, where you're actually talking about people. I'm talking about the machine that when you go to the hospital, and all you go to the hospital, you expect the machine to work for you, correct? But just in the past few years, we've discovered these machines don't do the same for everyone. So even acknowledging there. So I just want to say thank you for this chat. I think it is well needed, and even understanding what health equity looks like. Because like what you said, people want to break it down so much to just black and white, but it goes so much deeper than that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Crystal, because that's important to bring out these different types of issues. And one of the things is being able to share it, because if it's no awareness, you can't educate. You can't educate, you can't improve. Does anybody else have any other questions? Come on, come on.
Come on up here.
You know we got the mic up here, girl.
It's not even about black and white, it's also about white and brown. So we have a lot of folks that are brown that come from Asian descent, like South Asia, from Mexico, from Latino descent. So their color is also a little bit different, right? So for them also, I think equity should look the same. I am originally from Pakistan, but it looks a little different for me when health comes into place. And I think that a lot of the AI that we're developing right now and a lot of technology that we're developing right now, it mirrors what the doctors are looking at from the perspective of what a patient should look like. So if the model is going to be not a brown and not a black patient, then the AI is also going, like just the watch. So do you understand my point? So again, I think we should look at brown, white.
It's all colors.
All colors,
it's
right?
all colors.
So
It's not-
health equity should be
it's
for
just-
everybody.
It is.
Right.
And that's what I said. We're not saying it's black and white. It's just most people see things black and white. And that's not our world is colorful.
Yes.
Yeah. Everything.
We also need to be very careful. In America, we see things black and white.
Yes.
Because there's a whole big world outside of America. And it's about being treated through a cultural lens and understanding. Because that's one of the reasons I can't get skin laser. I got to do all this waxing. Because it doesn't work the same with melanin skin. But bringing the issue forward gives them that cultural lens to work on those improvements and to come up with those innovations. Vanessa,
I'll go get it.
you
I
got
got
this
it.
for
I
me,
got
girl? See, look at that. Teamwork. Make the dream work.
Yes. Should I go all the way back to my seat? I don't know. Thank you for this topic because my background is mental health. And so, we always look at things from a people perspective. This is a very hot topic for me because we're looking at data, even in terms of women giving birth. The treatment that they're getting is very, very different depending on not just the practitioner, which is what you would kind of expect, but based on their ethnicity and their race in terms of the perception about how much pain they can tolerate. Some are getting, medical treatment based off of, oh, we want to make sure you stay nice and comfortable, whereas others are given treatment based off of, you got it, you can take it, it's not that bad. You're strong, right? So these perceptions are very, very dangerous. They're killing us, right? So we're looking at systems, which is very, very important, but I also like to look at the people that are creating the systems. And I think it's important to look at the origination. We're creating the AI. The AI is not creating itself to have these types of discriminating factors, right? It comes from us. We're developing it. And so I think it's dangerous when we haven't really delved into that. And then we're creating systems that are just pushing out the same type of dangerous practices. So it's going to mirror us. It has nothing else to mirror, exactly. And so I love this topic. I'm saying all that to say I love this topic. I think it needs to be talked about a whole lot more because it's literally costing people their lives. And as we're developing systems, it's going to become bigger and bigger and bigger. So I think we need to take a deeper look at this.
I want to thank you for bringing that up. You're going to have to return the mic to
Yeah, I'm coming.
Miss Cheryl. Go ahead, girl. I wish everybody could see how cute them shoes are, though.
Thank you.
I think, again, through that cultural lens, that's why a lot of these people who are in these DEI roles, diversity, equity, inclusion, their jobs are important because medical students go to school to learn medicine. They're not teaching culture in medicine. But as diversity is changing and the definition and kind of morphosizing into so many different things, these roles are so important in these schools that they're trying to take it out of these schools and these universities. Medical students, engineers, whatever, we all come from different places, immigrating from different countries, first generation, second generation, and we offer different cultural lenses to the practice. And just as a woman, that's a whole different box you can check. I mean, when we think about, the history of hysterectomy comes from the word hysteria, which they thought women had because of our uteruses, until there were more female doctors getting into the field, into the research and the practice. Now, women, for example, PCOS and fibroids can actually have non-invasive treatments. You don't have to remove your whole uterus because no one had understanding or cultural lens through that medicine. So hats off to any and everybody that are in roles of DEI, because you have to advocate why those roles are important. And this very topic is why. Can you explain some issues that you might have gone through in your practice, or for the people that you serve? What other equities have you come across?
Well, there's a couple, a lot. Dr. Hertie, she's an immunotherapist, one of the most well-known doctors around in that department. They are using our products to help figure out how to help cancer patients, how they are helping cancer patients. I myself, I have not been down in the basement for 3 days with a cold rag, a bucket, and no lights in 10 years. That's a product of gold to me. If you've ever suffered one of those, I can't even talk now. Well, anyhow, you know what I'm talking about. It makes all the difference in the world, because now I can function without having to know, oh, wait a minute, what this month? Oh, I haven't had one this month. Oh, I haven't had one this week. It's not having that is a blessing. And when I can offer something to somebody else and it helps them, I'm helping them, plus we're helping children around the world. And we're all doing it naturally. And with Ace Manning coming from the plant of the aloe vera plant, that's, the doctors found it in the plant. And the molecules of it, there's not any place that you can get our product or close to it other than one person carries it. And that person only carries it when she is carrying a child. She produces Ace Manning in her breast milk, because that's an unnatural remedy. Think about it. How long does that go back for? Because that's how they were building up their immune system when they were born. Still are today.
And just what you mentioned, some of these things, they were unheard of 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago, maybe when our parents or grandparents in the 50s, they didn't have this kind of knowledge when
No.
They went to the doctor and what have you. And a lot of the doctors didn't have this knowledge. So again, the advancements in technology, the advancements in information, some of our greatest innovations have come from those from other cultures who immigrated here to lend us wonderful things that they bring from their country here to say, hey, so when you're on these research panels, all these wonderful doctors from all over the world are getting together to do these double-blind studies and placebos and this and that. When you read these medical journals, these are doctors coming together as a team from all over the world, and they're bringing their cultural lens to solve a problem that benefits the world. We're not going to get into this whole Henrietta Lacks, because that's a whole nother subject for another day. Okay, girl, right? That's right, and we're going to leave it for that. So if there's any more questions, Any other further comments before we wrap up? Well, I want to say thank you to Shirley
Thank you, Ms. Kimberly. It's been a
and
pleasure.
a wonderful, wonderful company that I hope you guys can look into. She is on LinkedIn, and she also has her information that is in all of the packets that you have received. So I think that's something we're looking into.
Well, thank you. And I look forward to sharing our company with you because it's amazing. Once you look into it and you see what a difference it makes, you'll be thanking me, thanking our company.
All right.
All
Thank
right?
you very much.
Thank you, guys.